Today I'm going to show you how to stake Luna, how to earn some passive income, and I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it. So as always, let's get straight to it. For those of you living under a rock, Luna is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies, and it uses a consensus algorithm called proof of stake, which simply means you can earn some nice passive income on it. And today I want to show you exactly how to do that. So let's jump onto the computer and let me show you what you need to do. So the first thing to do is to go to the official Terra Station website, and essentially that's the main platform for everything related to Terra Luna. And you'll find on the top that it says connect. So if you click on that, you'll find that you can either access it through a ledger device, which is how you store your crypto offline, or you can just download the application. So I'd recommend do that. I mean, you can do it on Mac, Windows, etc. So just download the application first, and then once you've downloaded it, you should be able to see it as I can here. And then we'll go through what you can do with it. Once you've got your wallet set up and you've got some Luna, we can basically get started with some of this stuff. Now, first of all, the elephant in the room, why on earth would you want to stake Luna? Well, you earn passive income. You earn passive income in the form of Luna, but also you get airdrops in all the different applications that are on the Luna ecosystem. So that's Anchor, that's Mirror, and that's Pylon, and that's all the other applications that are going to come. And I'll leave a picture somewhere on the screen just showing you how many different projects there are coming. So it's a very, very exciting time to be part of this ecosystem, and staking is obviously just helping to verify those transactions and be a part of it. So on the main dashboard, you'll be able to see all of these different things. I'm not going to spend too much time on this just because we want to focus on staking itself, but you can see the price. You can see the staking return. Now, it's not actually 65%. It's more like between 5 and 10%. I'm using the testnet at the moment, which is why it shows such a high percentage, but don't believe that. And of course, on the side, you'll find your wallet, your history, staking, swap, and a few other things. But today, we're just going to focus on staking, so let's just go straight to that. When you click on the staking interface, you'll be able to see how much Luna you've got that you can basically delegate to some of these validators, how much you have delegated to the validators, and of course your rewards and all that sort of stuff. Now, these are all the different validators, and you'll find that there's loads and loads of them that you can delegate to. So I'm going to explain a bit about which ones you should and what you should kind of pay attention to when selecting one of these. Now, to be honest, I don't really know what the tick represents. I believe it is they are a verified validator with Terra. So to be honest, most of the time I just stick with one of them. But as far as I'm aware, all of these other ones are pretty good. And essentially they're just people who have combined everyone's funds together so that they can stake. And obviously the more you have staked, the better. Now with staking on Terra, there are a few different things that I think are important to realize, especially if you compare it to other blockchains. Now with the validators, I recommend that you select quite a few different validators, just because in case one validator isn't doing their job properly, or they're not running their node, they're not verifying transactions, well, at least you've still got the other validators still earning rewards for you, and that's just important to do, and I think it's a good strategy. It's something that I do as well. Now, let's just pick one for random. Oh no, before I do that, let's go through what all of these things mean. Now, voting power, essentially that just shows how large the validator is. It doesn't explain how good they are or show how good they are. It just shows how large they are in terms of how much Luna they have allocated. Self-delegation shows how much they themselves have delegated to their own pool. Commission obviously is how much they charge. Obviously, the closer to zero, the better for you, but sometimes it's maybe worth it if they have some sort of commission, especially if the validators are giving you other bonuses as well. And uptime essentially just shows how many blocks they've verified within the last 16 hours. It's, in my opinion, a false metric because it doesn't show you how well they've performed over a long period of time. Only 16 hours, but it is what it is. So you'll find sometimes that, there's some validators that haven't been keeping up with their job properly. But yeah, I think most of them are around 100%, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So if we click on one, you will be able to see those metrics again, sometimes in a bit more detail, so it shows you exactly how much Luna is allocated here. You're able to see your delegations and your rewards. Now you find some addresses here. Now I spoke to a couple of validators and they essentially said to me, people have actually been sending Luna to these addresses. Don't do that because, to be honest, you're just sending Luna to some random person. They don't have to give it you back. They could just keep it. The only way to actually delegate is by clicking this button here. And when you click this button here, it'll open up a new interface. Again, you're just literally entering how much Luna you want to delegate. So for today's sake, we're just going to delegate 100 Luna. Click next. You'll find that there's a fee, a transaction fee, and you can often pay that in the various different tokens on the Luna ecosystem. So you don't have to actually pay it in Luna. So 0.03 Luna, I'm not too sure how much that is in dollars, but if I converted that into UST, it's significantly cheaper. And yeah, I would just recommend that you do that. Enter in your password, click delegate, and within a few seconds, you should be delegated with, there you go, I'm delegated to this validator. Okay, and it should just refresh in a second. Fantastic, there you go. We have a delegation of 100 Luna, well, 99.99 Luna delegated to this validator, and you'll find that the rewards are increasing in real time. So you can see that already we've earned a tiny fraction of Luna, and we'll see at the end of the video how much this increases. Now, some important things to note is that you see this commission charge, validator commission. I mean, that isn't fixed, that can change. And sometimes if you click on one of these validators, you'll be able to see that the max commission rate is 100%. So they can actually change how much they charge for using their services. Again, it's something that doesn't happen too often. And, you know, if you join some of their Telegrams or Discord groups, they'll tell you everything that they've got planned. But it's just something to be aware of. Now, in the majority of cases, they're either 0%, 5% or 10%. They're never really more than that. And that's because if they do go more than that, people just redelegate to another validator. So just bear that in mind, just something to just be aware of. So let's pick a few more different validators. I mean, let's just have a look and see which ones have 0% commission. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so there's a few here. Terra, India. Let's delegate to them. I mean, you can go on their websites and see if they've got anything interesting to offer. But let's just delegate a bit of Luna here as well. Let's just give it 500 here. Again, remember, you can change the fees. So you can pay in UST, which works out cheaper. And yeah, within a few seconds, you'll be delegated to the validator. So we'll find that I am delegated with Terra India now. Okay, we'll go back to the staking interface. And there you go. You can see that we've got this nice little chart, pie chart, which essentially demonstrates how much we've got allocated to each validator. And of course, the rewards are here, as you can see. Now, the rewards aren't all paid in Luna. That's something to be aware of. If I click this, it should show you that I'm also getting paid in UST. And to be honest, when you're on the mainnet doing this, you'll get paid in all the other currencies as well. So you'll find that there's a long list of different currencies here. Remember that all of your rewards aren't going to be paid in Luna, but that's nothing to worry about, because if you wanted to, you could just swap them all for Luna using TerraSwap or just the swap feature here. So what are the actual rewards from staking Luna? Well, as I mentioned, you get around 5 to 10%. Now, for the last month, I believe it's been around 11 to 15%. And it is something that does change, but generally it's relatively decent. Now, the thing is, your rewards aren't just in Luna. Your rewards, as I hover over here, no, it doesn't mention it there. But your rewards are essentially Luna and the other tokens, and importantly, the weekly airdrops. And let's talk about them, because they really do add up. Now, there's lots of applications on this Luna ecosystem. Anchor, Mirror, Pylon, and obviously many others that are coming very soon. And what you'll find is that when you've delegated to some of these validators, based on the size of your delegation, you will get a weekly airdrop of some of these applications. And where do you find out how much you've got and how do you claim it? So the way to do that is to essentially just go to the application itself. So if we go to Mirror Finance, which is again one of those applications, one of my favorites actually, and go to the web app here, you will find that, let's see, oh yeah, there you go, it's popped up here. We can claim our Mirror airdrop, which is great. So if I just click claim, oh look, there you go, 1.4 Mirror, and that's essentially based on how much I've actually delegated to these validators. So I'll click claim. Again, you just enter in your password. I'll do this later. And then, yeah, you'll have 1.4 Mirror as well, which is a nice amount. It really does add up, especially because you're getting this every week. And it's not just Mirror that you're getting Pylon, Anchor, Mirror, and all those applications that are going to come that you must have seen the pop-up by now on the screen. I mean, it's an exciting time. I really, really do like this Lunar ecosystem. So how do you claim your Lunar rewards from staking? It's as simple as just clicking withdraw all rewards, entering your password, and obviously claiming what you've earned. And we've earned 2,091, well, a tiny fraction of a Lunar in this time. But of course, over time, this does go up, and you can just claim it just like that. Very, very simple to do. Now, if one of your validators isn't performing well, you want to change them. How do you do that? The important thing to know is that if you stop delegating to one of these, it takes 21 days for your Lunar to be accessible again. So it's really important that you do not click undelegate, because if you do that, it's going to take 21 days. If you want to sell your Lunar, again, you're going to have to wait 21 days. That's an unfortunate part of staking on Terra. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just the case. That's just the way it is. You have to wait 21 days minimum for you to get your Lunar back. So yeah, this 500 Lunar is locked for at least 21 days. Like if I were to click undelegate now, it'll take 21 days for it to come back to me. So if you want to redelegate and pick a different validator, make sure you select redelegate, and then obviously you can choose out of all the different validators that will usually appear here. And then obviously you can just enter how much you want to redelegate and click next. Now, if you've just recently redelegated, then again, you will have to wait 21 days. So make sure you're not jumping around from one validator to the next. To be honest, stick with one. Most of the time, they're going to be absolutely fine. And I've had no issues. I've never really had to redelegate so far. Now, an interesting thing is that some of these validators will give you extra bonuses. Now, if you validate with certain one of these validators, you might get more rewards. And let's say, for example, the Orion validator, which for some reason I can't find on here, if you delegate with them, they'll give you more airdrop of their Orion token. As well as that, certain protocols like Nebula, which is about to come out, well, they're going to give you more if you delegate with someone with low voting power. So for that reason, for some people, it might not be worth delegating with something as big as this. You might be better off going with, one of these small ones that only have 0.02%, because you're going to be getting a bigger Nebula airdrop when they come. And those airdrops really do add up. So, I mean, there's no real right way to do it. Everyone's got their own preference, but for me, that's why I think it's important to delegate over a few different validators, just so you can kind of maximize your rewards from them. If you do go ahead and redelegate, remember that also all the rewards that you've got will automatically get collected for you, so you don't need to worry about that. So in a nutshell, that's essentially how to get started with staking your Lunar. Again, if there's something that I haven't explained properly, just let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to help out at any time. I've been doing this for a long time. It pays nicely. The airdrops are nice. I love helping out the ecosystem by staking. Again, you can earn some nice passive income. You literally don't have to do anything. You literally just allocate your Lunar, boom. The money's coming in. You just click claim. Happy days. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you very much. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're getting very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, so I hope that we can reach that target soon, because we've got a good surprise for all of you people watching. As always, I'll be back with another video soon.